Hi, in this lecture, I'm going to unwrap the head of the character and we're going to see some practical example how to unwrap no complex shape, and let's see that. So here you can see I have the model here opened and this is my final low poly. I just went ahead and now I put two eyeball there. I just use a polygon sphere and confirm that using this mesh confirm to the high poly eyeball. And here I went ahead and put an extrusion kind of shape. It was before flat. Make sure you do this. I did this in between lesson, just kind of putting more points here and push this area there. So I got this kind of steps there. It was like flat before, so I did these things, and I think yeah, I went ahead and put some polygons here as well to make it a little bit smooth side. I think those are few things I did in between lessons. Okay, so make sure you do those things, and I have not duplicated this piece to this side. So once we unwrap the UV of these things, then we are going to duplicate it, so you don't have to do this side UV as well. So yeah, so let's see how to unwrap the face. And you can see I have some kind of very ugly looking by default UVs from the primitives, initial primitives. So I don't want these UVs. So first of all, I'm going to select everything in object mode and let's go to UV and delete all the UVs. Okay, so now my character doesn't have any UV, and let's start with this face. Okay, so I'm going to isolate this face alone. So let's go to show here and isolate, select view selected. You can use Ctrl+1 to isolate the selected one. Okay, so now I'm going to select this, and again, if you remember, the head is very complex, but the overall basic shape of the head is very simple. The head is sphere and the neck is a cylinder, so it's kind of one sphere and one cylinder. So we need to think like that for the complex objects, so that we know where to put the seam, and we can easily unfold, unwrap those things. So let's first do the first step, which is creating the UVs by using any projection mapping. So in this case, I'm going to use planar mapping. So although I can again use automatic sort of things, if I use automatic, you can see it gives me a lot of small pieces, which is kind of a headache to joint, and it's kind of a overwhelming, irritating things to join small pieces. So I'm not going to use this technique. So usually I am using planar to unwrap all the things. I can use planar truly, but I'm going to show you some different ways. But let's see the planar here, and if I click this planar here, you can see it projects from this x-axis, because the x-axis is the settings inside the option box. So again, you can go inside and change the options. I'm going to show you the same thing in different ways. So you can find that planar mapping again from this UV toolkit here as well. So let's say you have put this UV editor to the second screen and you are working on the second screen. You don't have to come to this screen and find this tool here. You can find this on the second screen. You need to go to the create menu to find the planar options. Okay, and these mappings are also here in this create tab. So I'm going to try to use them from different places, so that you can know they are available there as well. So let's see this planar options. Again, here you get some new options with this planar. So when I say new option, means I don't have to change the angle. Let's say I want to project it from z-axis. So if I use this menu option, I have to go to the option box and change this to z. But here I can just right click on this button to project it from z-axis. It's always project from z-axis when you right click on this option. So it's kind of a hidden option, hidden feature of Maya. You cannot, I think you don't find this option anywhere. When you put the mouse cursor, it shows you those details, but nobody reads those things, I believe. So you can right click to project from z-axis. You can left click to project from the settings, which has these settings. You can also hold shift and left click to open the option box to change few things, but just know. And if you can middle click to project from top view or top axis. So I think personally this planner option is better than this menu option, because again you can quickly project from different angle by just putting the right mouse button, middle mouse button on top of this. So in this case I'm going to click on right mouse button and it's going to project from Z axis. And here you can see one more thing, that is when it projects, it tries to scale the UVs to fit the U area here. And as you can see, the model is, the proportion is not like matching here. It's kind of no scaling in this axis. So I'm going to undo it. So hold shift and left click on the option to open up the option box, and here I'm going to change or turn on this option, keep image width height ratio, and then you can click on project and you can see it keeps that proportion. It doesn't scale like this to fit the U area. So make sure always turn on that keep image width height ratio. And now I'm going to right click to project from the front view, which is Z axis. Okay, so once I create the UVs here, again we use the planar mapping. That means it creates a single UV cell which cannot be unfolded unless you put a seam. So now I'm going to put a seam. Now you can see from this bold white line, I just I have the seam here to the border. I don't have any seam. I cannot unfold or flatten it. So I'm going to put this edge seam. If you can remember, for a cylinder we have to have a vertical seam or border, and for the sphere part again we can continue that seam. So here I'm going to select few edges. So let's select and go to the end edge, hold shift and left double click to select the partial edge loops. Once it's selected, to cut, again I have different areas to do that. Same thing, you can go to cut sew menu and you can cut from here, and again you can also cut that from this cut and sew category and cut from here. Okay, let's cut it, and now you can see from this bold white line it has been cut from there. Okay, let's say it doesn't show this bold line, that means this option is turned off, or this texture, if you go to view, and this texture border should on. So if it's off, it's not going to show you the UV seam, and it's very hard to know the UV seam area. Even if the UV seam is there, it doesn't show you because that option is off. So let's turn on the option, that is this quick icon here. Again same thing, just the different ways to find those things. Okay, so once I cut that thing, I think I should cut this edge as well. So let's cut this edge. Okay, so I cut this edge, and now I just need to unfold it. So I can go to UV cell, select it, and go to modify, unfold it. Now you can see it unfolds the head very beautifully here. Okay, then the second thing, once I create the UV, edit the UV, unfold the UV, then I'm going to check the UV if it's properly unfolded. I can use the texture for that. So let's go to texture here and turn on the checker map. When you turn on that, you will see something like this, and you can see a checker pattern on the mesh, and it's there just to check if the texture is projecting properly or if you have any stretch or squeeze things. And you can see this kind of square pattern is ideal, and you should look for this kind of texture. If it's like being stretching here and there, I think everything is looking cool except the nose area. You cannot avoid that. On the nose area there it would be a little bit stretching, that's fine, but you have to avoid this seam or the stitch. You need to just avoid stretching or pinching of the UV or of the checker. If you see some pinching kind of thing, so let me just turn off the checker map, and let's say my UV is not proper there, and let me select the move and some of the UV, and I can use the soft selection by pressing B key, and let's move and squeeze it, let's say, and let's check the texture, and you can see the texture stretching. You need to avoid this kind of UV which is like projecting the texture and stretching it, so that means you need to unfold it properly. So let's go to UV cell, just modify, now unfold. Again, you can find that same unfold option here as well. So you can see now it's a little rotated, but you can see if you turn on the checker, you can also do that from this quick icon. Okay, now the checker is fine. Okay, let me undo. And the other thing, let me turn off the checker. I can even make it even better if I give a seam here and detach the neck and the head in the UV area. So it will be like a little bit easier if I put a seam here as well. So let's do that, and let's select few edges here. Let's select these edges, I'm just holding shift and double click, and then let's cut those edges here. And now I did that, and let's select this edge. If I cut this edge, let's say cut cell, just cut and cut. So now I can go to UV cell, I can move this, and let's unfold it, because I have cut this area, it's going to unfold this area properly. So let's unfold it, and you can see it's even better, and let's unfold it, it's going to even better. And now if I turn on the texture, you can see this texture is even better, squarey. It was a little bit stretchy before, so we can do this. So just make sure wherever the mesh is like coming out from a base shape, it's going to it's need a seam to unfold it properly. So this is the way to unfold a face properly. So let me turn off the texture, and we have just did the head here, and I think everything looks perfect. And in the next lecture, we are going to start working on the hair of the character.